Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. And boy, do I have a huge freaking problem with the movie that I just saw online. This is by far the worst movie I've seen this year, and nothing is going to top it. This is a 2021 crime action. And I use that term, uh, very loosely, with one of the worst actresses I've ever seen in the CW, Ruby Rose, and that is Vanquish. Yes. An American action thriller? Yes. Starring an Australian chick with a director I've never heard of. The only American in this movie is Morgan Freeman. Well, him and Patrick Muldoon, and they have nothing to do in this movie. George Gallo, who directed this movie? This guy is a screenwriter, yeah, a painter, and a musician, but he's not a good director. He wrote and directed the film Middlemen with Luke Wilson. That has to be better than this. This guy wrote Midnight Run. That's a good movie. So he should stick to writing because directing is not his specialty. He also wrote Bad Boys, the first one, Double Take, C Spot Run, the whole 10 yards, which I enjoy. That's a lot better than this freaking movie. That movie is Oscar worthy compared to this shit. This is one of the worst films I've seen of this year and of the whole decade so far and of the last 20 years. I'm not kidding. This movie is absolute garbage. Yeah. He's only directed a couple of films, but this is the worst thing he's ever done. Middlemen has to at least be decent because that movie, from 2010 to 2009, it's a drama. It's got a much better cast because it has Luke Wilson, Giovanni Ribisi, Gabriel Mott, and James Caan. It also flopped at the box office, but it's got to be better than this. This is easily the worst thing he's written, directed, or anything because there is no plot in this movie. It's a very bare bones. If you took a Nicholas Winding Refn movie and had a discount for Quentin Tarantino crime thriller, you would get this piece of shit right here. Look at that. Even that poster looks freaking lame. It looks like it's trying to be the Expendables. Yeah, you're not the Expendables. You're not even the Expendables. Ruby Rose, please retire. Everything you touch, you fuck it up. Batwoman was garbage. I hated you in freaking Triple X3. The Return of Xander Cage. I didn't like her in The Meg. I didn't like her in even in John Wick 2, which I'm like, yeah, the only reason I didn't hate her in that is because she doesn't talk. But in this movie, she talks way too much. And she uses her accent, and it doesn't help either. She's just dry, boring, and she has a haircut like this. Is there any more indication that you want to say you're a lesbian? We know you're a lesbian. That's why none of my friends like you. Because you're not into men. This was released in theaters, yes, somewhere, because I don't remember seeing this in any theater near me. April the 16th. And it's just absolutely it's insanely shitty. It was in select theaters, yeah, so not a big release, but it was on demand April 23rd and on Blu-ray like a few days after that. 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh hell yeah, it deserves that. This is absolute freaking garbage. Everything. Even the action scenes. You know how long the action scenes are? A few seconds. She shoots somebody and then they fall down and it's over. And it's some CGI splattered blood. It looks absolutely atrocious. Yeah, the film got a 5%. It deserves it. RogerEbert.com, Peter Sobozinski described the film as a rehash of genre cliches that is so dull, threadbare, and bereft of thrills that the one time that it's one moment of genuine excitement comes when our heroine enters a bar where danger is allegedly afoot and the television in the background is showing curling, and the kind of film that also makes that direct-to-video drivel that Steven Seagal has been churning out for the last couple of decades seem focused and committed. Hey, at least Seagal in some movies, in his some direct-to-video films in the 90s, were not as bad as this. Rating it only 1 out of 4 stars? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is the worst film I've seen this year. I've also saw Ape vs. Monster. That was a god-awful too, but at least the lead in that movie wasn't the black girl in that was actually trying. Ruby Rose isn't trying here. She knows her career's dead after getting that back injury in Batwoman. It's terrible. Like, this director I know can do better than this. He's written better than this. He's directed better than this. And I'm like, Morgan Freeman, what the hell were you doing in this movie? What were you doing in this movie? You've done Oscar-winning performances. Why are you in a direct-to-video schlock like this? Why? You know this movie wasn't going to be good. It's awful. It got a 2.7 on IMDb, and trust me, it deserves it. It's absolutely a train wreck. It's not even so bad it's good. It's horrendous. What else did this guy direct? Because a thriller, there's no thrilling in this movie. This movie is worse than the movie with Liam Hemsworth that he did. Yeah, it's worse than that movie because at least that movie had Harrison Ford giving a shit in that movie, giving a decent performance. And this guy's gonna write. Oh no, what else has he directed? Bigger, Columbus Circle, my mom's new boyfriend. Those have got to be infinitely better than this because this is boring, underwhelming crap that should never be made. He also did Wise Guys, which that's a better movie. I need chips. Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo actually are trying in that movie. Everybody in this movie, Patrick Muldoon can't act in this movie. Well, he was never a good actor. Nick Vallelongo as Detective Stevens. He can't act. Juliet Lott as the governor. She can't act. Hannah Stock something. I don't know. Samuel Bartlett also wrote this movie, and he's only wrote episodes of a show called Welfare, Wraith, a bunch of short films. Yeah, not a good writer. No, he doesn't know how to do good pacing and having slow mo that adds nothing to the movie and freaking flashbacks that constantly happen in and out. We get flashbacks from something that happened like minutes ago, not even years ago, but freaking minutes ago. The Germans in this movie. The movie's racist. And it also has freaking a gay stereotype. Yeah, because that's exactly what I want to see in my action movies. More freaking people from that group that that will not mention again. The little girl is the only actor trying because she's not in the film that much. Juju Journey Brenner. She's at least cute in the movie, and at least she has a much more promising career than Ruby Rose. Ruby, just retire, please. No one wants you in the industry. You can't act. You can't freaking emote. You're robotic. You have the same face in every movie. I'm a tough chick. I'm a tough lesbian chick with a freaking skin fade hair style. No, you're not tough. Get out of my face. You failed as Batwoman. That should have been your wake up call to just retire. Don't act anymore. You can't act. You can't. You don't have the capacity to act. Mia Wasikowska can act better than you. Yeah. And people wonder why I think that freaking foreign actresses are mostly worthless because they can't act. And she's still doing movies. She's doing a movie called The Yacht and One Up, which is in post production, and The Legitimate Wise Man. Yeah, again, you can't act. Why are they still giving you work? It's another thriller, but I'm not going to fall for it this time. A tenacious party girl fights to survive after three thieves commandeer her luxury yacht. And I don't care. Because if you do more bullshit like this, I'm already done with you. I was done with you after I saw you as Batwoman in Crisis on Infinite Earths. That show should have gotten canceled. I don't know why the hell it's going without Ruby Rose. It's a sinking ship. Just cancel it already. Nobody cares. This is just, it was a painful movie. Josh, if you think After We Fell is going to suck, it will, but it's not going to be worse than this. I guarantee you. What sucks in that movie is just it's a shitty sequel based on two more films that were bad too. This is not a sequel, and this is the worst thing I've ever seen this year. Nothing will top this. Nothing. It's absolute garbage. Don't waste your time. The action sucks. There's no good dialogue. It's a robotic performance by your lead, Ruby Rose. It's Morgan Freeman is collecting a paycheck, and he sits on a wheelchair for the whole freaking movie. Lifeless. The religious imagery in the beginning does nothing for me. You had three things that don't do it for me in films: gender politics, religion, and freaking linguistics. I don't care about that stuff, guys. I'm just tired of it. So freaking tired of it. They have to put it in everything. Granted, this character's not an SJW, but, she's a good shot because she's a woman. Whoop-de freaking do. Yeah, I'm just tired. This is the last bad movie I'm seeing this year. The next bad movie I see, I'm just going to shut it off. I'm not even going to waste my time because I wasted enough of that this summer on bad films. That's why in the theater, I see The Protege better be better than this. It better at least be entertaining. And it better have a lead. You know, the Maggie Q is going to try her damnedest to make this movie work. Ruby Rose, you can't act. Just stop. No one asked for you. Nobody. You were terrible on the CW, and you can't carry a movie to save your life. That's why nobody saw this movie. It will be forgotten by next year. Just like the Aussie Chicken freaking Mortal Kombat. And the one from Samara Weaving and everything she's in, the recent G.I. Joe. Nobody cares about foreign actors anymore. The only reason Jungle Cruise made money is because it's a Disney movie starring The Rock, which has made money before, like Moana. But your foreign revolution is over. It was over when Rise of Skywalker came out. People were pissed, and they didn't go see the next movie. Well, there's not going to be a next movie for a while. Just stop it. We don't care anymore. I don't care. The audiences doesn't care, and the box office doesn't care either. If you've seen the results of these foreign-led freaking movies by actors that can't act, you get garbage, and I'm sick of garbage. Garbage is supposed to be thrown out, and it will be. But this movie is god awful, guys. Don't waste your time. This is not worth your time. It's horrible. It's a 2 out of 10 on IMDb for a reason. Because it has nothing good in it. The little girl, that's it. Her cuteness can't save the rest of this god awful film. And I'm glad that I'm finally through with the bad films of 2021. 5 of them. That's all you're getting from me. I'm not going to sit through any more. The next 4 months are fall and the winter. Going into 2022, no more bad movies for this year. No more. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Take care. And fuck this movie.